Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. Everybody. Alrighty, let me see if I can turn this off. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. Looks like there's one person in there now. Sorry it was 10 minutes 10 minutes late, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to figure everything out. There would be I don't know if there's two shows out there or if it's just one. I I'm hoping it's just this broadcast. But if you can hear me, please put something in the chat box so that I know. I see the icon bumping, so I feel pretty good about that. Alrighty. I have had probably one of the I don't know why I always start off like with how I feel, right? When I'm waiting for things to warm up, right? Uh, it's kind of a bad habit, right? But having one of the best days, like I don't know, man. Like it seems like okay, so every time like I have some kind of drawback or something like that, right? Even if you want to call it that, like every time there's some kind of snag or a drawback, something like super good happens the very next time or the very next show or the very next day, right? And I mean it's truly it blows my mind because like there's I don't know, it seems like that something I don't want to happen happens, but it ends up better than it was before. And you know, with more than I started with. Like I don't know, it's like God is providing like all these wonderful people that are brand new and all that stuff, right? And people coming back that were subscribed from before. And hey, Alex, how you doing? Hey, man, these last few shows, man, have been good, man. Like I'm, it's weird, man, because it would seem like seemingly negative things would be happening, and then the next show would be better than the last show, and it's just a blessing, man. Like I I uh I just can't believe it. I know that there's something something big coming up. Not be hey Rob, how you doing, bud? Yeah. Um um I know that something big is coming up. I don't know exactly what, but the thing I do know is that something big is coming up and it's going to be like beyond words, right? And like because I know like there was that one scripture that says um that the things my father has prepared for you is beyond I forget how Jesus put it. I'm sorry, I'm paraphrasing like but the things I have I don't know, I forget now I forget. It was a scripture that I had memorized. That's my brain. It's my brain. But uh I feel it. I feel it coming, I feel it coming and I feel like big things happening. And I don't know why, but it makes me think about like a rapture maybe, you know? Yeah, yes, we're building to something very soon that will affect all of us. Well, yeah, but like even what's weird about that is that um I think that we have a rapture coming and like that we're out of here pretty soon. So I do believe that. But there's like this weird feeling that like even the show will get better for a little bit, like even though it's not gonna be that much longer. And I'm like excited about that. I mean, I'd like to have as many people come through here as possible just to get to know God, just to get to know him and to know like that, you know, we were specifically made, and God isn't you know, we're not on our own here, right? Like he has our back, like yes, it's a little weird out there and yes, it can be frustrating sometimes, but there was a plan the whole time and the only reason why we're not chilling right now, waiting for God to come back, like in the most positive of circumstances, is because a few people wanted to hide the truth from us, and it's nothing God did to make the world backwards or anything. It's this place was made and Adam made a mistake and God had a plan to to take care of everything. And it's just the in between part, right? People got to be greedy, you know. There's a few people that want to own everything and don't want to give nothing to anybody else. And it's that selfishness and greed, that takes over, right? That takes over that really kind of ruins this experience for us, and it's just the enemy, man, you know, and I'll never get it because I don't know what that's like to feel that way. That if there's a pie there, to want all of it and not give anybody any, you know, that's you got to be pretty hurt inside to want to live your life like that. And so it's only because of that, right? That like we're in this scenario we're in now, waiting for God to come back. There's a lot of people that are asleep that don't know about, that we're redeemed and that there has always been a plan for us. And I would have loved to have learned since I was a kid, right? To learn what exactly God has in store for us and what He thinks about us, and these it'd be great to be learning about the kingdom right now instead of just trying to find the answers. It's just it's greedy, man. I mean, think of the. I mean, like, I'm not trying to like. I'm not trying to like be like judgmental to like uh people that like money in that way where it's like a trophy for them, but it's greedy, man, and for what? And but even if you look at it beyond greedy, it's like that everybody gets hurt behind that concept of wanting everything or control of everything. And I just will never understand why, like, we're all born here, right? We're all born here. We all come here the same way, right? And you would think that, like, as soon as you're born, someone would be like, okay, well, this is your little square that you get to, this is your, this is your stuff, right? We all get an equal piece of it. I mean, it sounds simple to me, Like there's this much food, so you get this much, right? An equal amount. And then we just chill, man, and wait for God to come back. I mean, that would be amazing. And enjoy the earth for what it is. I mean, it's unfortunate sin got in here um through Adam, but those things would be forgivable if we knew the truth, right? Like, I mean, just easily, right? Just like, okay, well, he made a mistake, he was a full grown man baby. I mean, he was he was fully grown, but he was just a few months old, right? Like he was, you can understand that kind of thing. But but when you get all the people in between that want they want everything. They want to experience everything and have everything. And so it is what it is, guys, you know. And there's always going to be people that don't realize that you don't have to like me if you don't want, but we're in this together, whether you like it or not. We're better off getting along, and that's another thing I just don't get is that's the one thing about Christianity that I liked the best was reading about forgiveness. Reading about forgiveness is like and not just the forgiveness that God gives us, of course. I mean, without that, there's nothing, right? But the forgiveness that we give to each other. And I mean, I'll say this, right? People have come and gone, and uh, all different levels of you know going through stuff and dealing with this world, right? And but my heart's open. Everybody that's done me wrong could come back. Like they were forgiven that day, and it's on them. It's on them. If they can't forgive, then that's their walk, not mine. And what's difficult, right, is you're like, wow, man, like, could you write down like the worst thing you've ever seen me do? you know? And what people don't realize is that sometimes we get mad and there's nothing to be mad at, only because like, someone may be pushing you to grow, maybe pushing you to go a little further than you wanted, or you know, maybe believe something else. I don't know. Like I don't get some things I don't get, right? Because I like this is obvious. It says it right there, and you'll still get people that nope, it's not in there. Nope. And you're like, well, like some people just deny that things are even like you could read it and then they deny that it's even in there, You're like, what is going on? Like, and so the God that I know, right? When I go to Jesus, right? Um, you know, nothing is not hard for us. He wants us to come to him. He wants us he wants us to be saved. It's his gift to us. If we go to him and express that we want that and seek him every day, he will help us through it. We're not on our own to figure it out. Like it's not some kind of puzzle that we got to put together in a perfect way, right? There is a perfect way, and he's got it under control. God will forever be the biggest, um, you know, variable on this earth, right? God will be the biggest effect. He'll have the most amount of effect. And he will guide us there. Because I think about like working out my own salvation, and really God did most of the work. I mean, it just like naturally happened, like getting, you know, craving the word and wanting to learn more and praying and learning how to pray and keeping that connection with him. I mean, there's no technicalities or riddles or games or any of that, right? Like it's his understanding of things, right? I don't need to have an understanding of anything. And it's simple. At some point you're just like, okay, well, God defines right and wrong for me. That's easy. And there's a template for me to kind of fit into, do no evil. This is better for me than, like certain things that God asks us to do is just better for us. But I think that, and I get it, there's this fear, right? That that we gotta know everything, but we can't. We can't know everything. And so, never stop learning. That's what I say, never stop learning. But I'll never know a good enough uh understanding to there's no way. Like only God knows it perfectly. Only God knows what he meant. Nothing is obscure or some kind of puzzle. Or I know I've said that before, but people act like it's like a Rubik's cube. Oh, if you don't do this exactly that way, then but he guides you through it. It's a relationship. Like it's not about me figuring it out. It's about me me and him working on it together. I mean, he wants to be so close to us that we're part of each other. I mean, it's just amazing, like the language used. I am in the Father is in me. This is my flesh, this is my blood. The word is in you, I am in you, you are in me. I mean, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And never once does God say he's tired of us. Never once does he say that, it's all out of love. He died for us because he loved us, you know. And even during the flood, right, where you can even make the case that, like, okay, things human beings got out of we made bad decisions and got out of control, right? But even then, right, evil in our so there was evil in their hearts continuously, and they still got 120 years to repent. And then repenting was just getting on the boat. Like that's not asking a lot for somebody that's thinking evil all the time. That is not a bad redemption plan. It's not anybody's fault that you didn't get on the boat. There's no act of like God didn't surprise nobody and trick them or none of that. None of that, right? The God I know wants you to make it, gives you every opportunity to make it. And if we mess that up, that's on us. Like that's just not wanting to get on the boat. And he's so forgiving and just so amazing, and like he does everything for us. I mean, he had to come here and do everything for us. I mean, like it would have been even fair, right? Of course, he could have just started over if he wanted to, just yeah, scrap this project, you know. But he didn't do that, right? And it would have been even fair to say, okay, one of you has to be perfect, and then give yourself up for the team, you know. He never asked us to do that. He did it himself. He took his own wrath upon himself, punished himself for what we did, you know. And 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 that's, you know, I mean, if you think about it, right? Like if he came here and let us all off the hook, you know, okay, forget about sin equals death. Well, then he wouldn't be holy anymore, right? He would be shady, you know, like letting us off the hook, you know. It wasn't an option, right? Somebody had to pay for what we owed, you know, and that's just how it had to be. And so there's nothing more amazing than, I mean, this the greatest the greatest person to ever live, and like, you know, what do you say about that, you know? And has been around forever. It's just it's a beautiful love story, you know. It's something I would do for my kids, you know. So what's up with you guys, man? Sorry for I just sort of went on a little I was just mumbling there to you guys. But that's how I feel, you know, like I I probably can't say it enough to where it sounds good enough, to be honest. Like there's no way I could put it that will do it any justice, you know. Yay. Hey, Charity, how you doing? Michael's here. And so what do you guys have going on today? Anything good? Anybody is there any like news or anything like that? Because like I don't even follow the truth or news anymore. Like is there any like is Wormwood hit the earth yet? Like any signs in the sky? Anything weird going on? Anything get blown up out there? It's like I get all my news now from you guys. I don't think that, yeah, I think I heard about the Georgia thing like the same day. I'm trying to think if I did or not. But I didn't even know that happened. Someone had to tell me about that. Oh, it was storming off and on all day. Oh, hey Faith, how you doing? And oh, okay, so there's a comet. Okay, a comet. What is so there's supposed to be this wormwood is supposed to hit the earth and make all the water bitter or something like that. Like, and so there's that to look forward to. It says rough week by oh your nan passed. Oh, Friday was so stressful planning the funeral. She had custody of since birth. So so okay. So since you were born, your grandma had custody of you. 14 siblings. Wow. Can you imagine growing up with that many people? My great grandfather had 11 brothers and sisters. No, 11 brothers, no sisters. Crazy, man. I could grow up with like 12 kids, man. Forget it. Me and my brother were already enough, you know? It was already enough. And he was sick for half of our childhood, so it's like he really couldn't even get into that much trouble, you know? But we were wild, man. We were wild kids, man. My poor mom, man. My mom told me, right, that I don't know if you guys ever heard this before, but my mom told me that I would get paid back double. I would get paid back double for all the grief that I gave her as a kid, And but I didn't. My kids are way better than I was. Like they get in trouble and they have their problems, right? Heavy stuff still, but nothing like I was. I was horrible. Not in a malicious way, but like I couldn't help not getting into trouble. Like it just difficult difficult for me to just have a quiet life, I guess. Oh, you're blessed. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's like I don't deserve it. I don't deserve for them to be so good. Because like like if I think about like they were just good like from the start. Like I don't remember training them to be that way or um right, Faith. And but yeah, like I didn't. It's not like I did like all this work, all this laborious work to get them to be the way they are. I think I've never been angry at my oldest son, and I was only angry at my youngest son one time, and that was over that I wanted him to believe in God, and I was pushing a little bit too much. But I think the youngest one has only heard me loud one time, and the other one hasn't heard me loud at all. They were just good. And then even like, I mean, I regret that I took them to McDonald's and stuff. I wish I would have known that was horrible. But even when I took them to McDonald's to play in the play place or whatever, they would they were nice to other kids, and like polite and everything. And like I'm like, I don't know where they got all that from. I mean, I guess I'm pretty polite to people just naturally, but I don't know, man. We had to be nice. We were poor, so it's not like it's our personality. Sometimes that was the difference between eating and not eating. If people like you, you get invited over for spaghetti dinner. And so I guess when I don't know, as hard as it was, I'm glad that I grew up the way I did because I could live on nothing basically. I don't need much, that's for sure. And man, today was such a good day. I mean, I got so much rest today, and like this morning show was so good, and the last few shows have been nice. And I don't deserve it to be this good. Says my kids are good little conspiracy theorists. Oh, see, I would like that. I mean, my kids don't resist it, right? But they're like, okay, whatever. They're not they can accept reality, but they're not like excited about it. And I'm like, what? This doesn't crazy to you? Like, no, no excitement. I understand. I'm the same here. I don't need much to survive. Yeah, I don't need much at all. As long as I can get to a shower and a minimal amount of food, I can learn to get in routines where I could be fine, just fine. And I don't even sleep that much, man. I don't need anything. Like that's it's so crazy, man. I always thought that I would want. Well, when I stopped watching TV, I noticed that I stopped wanting things. Like, because I used to be that guy, right? Where yeah, don't touch my oatmeal. Yeah, I used to be that guy, like in the middle of the night, like if there was like a commercial on, it's like, oh, this is the eliminate the worry of ever having to sharpen knives again, like you buy this knife and it stays sharp forever. And I'm like, oh, I gotta get that. I need that knife so bad. Or it's like some kind of cleaner, some kind of boat cleaner that like is like getting everything getting everything off of the boat or whatever. I'm like, I need that stuff. That's the stuff I need. But it is, remember what was that stuff called? Quick and Bright, or I don't know what it was, man. Where you rub it on, you clean your shower with it and it's like, wow, it's so clean. But I don't know, man. Ever since I stopped watching TV, I don't want nothing. And even eating is kind of a burden. It's like, oh man, I got to do this again. I used to enjoy food, right? Because everything tasted good and all that. But now I just eat what I have to keep to keep on going. And it doesn't. You can unlearn to love food, and just is if you're eating just for nutrients, right? And it's nothing about anything else, like, and it's not the best, it's not the most fun way to live, right? But you could just get in these routines where it doesn't even matter anymore. And the more you like, it's like when you watch a lot of TV and you hear about these things, like, like, ooh, this tastes good or that tastes good, then you start wanting it. You know what I mean? But if you never come into contact with that, you don't even think about it. Yeah, I only eat because I have to live, and yes, and it's a chore, right? Like whereas before I was like that, it was like, oh yeah, I got to give me some ribs, man. Maybe eat a couple extra ones that I don't need to be eating. Like now, it's like, oh man, I have to eat. There's nothing, I cannot go a minute without eating. So I'll just eat real quick and then back to what I was doing. Yeah, because you know what? Nowadays food is so processed that it's like I don't even know if anything is food anymore anyway. Like things did used to taste good, man, because you know, it was all food that used to be alive. Like, just meat and vegetables or whatever. But now everything's so processed. I mean, a hot pocket is not food. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of things out there that it's like, this is not food. Why did I eat so many of these? Like a Pop Tart. Like, what is in a Pop Tart that I could process and like, what is any of that good for me? But I've eaten so many Pop Tarts, man, in my life, and none of them were good for me. Yeah, granola bars and water, yeah, I'm good with that. If you have a little routine or whatever. I don't enjoy food anymore. But when I used to watch TV, then I seen it all the time. Like a big old burger would look good. I'd be like, oh, look at that big old burger with bacon on it. But now I'm like, oh man, I don't want to eat no big burger with bacon on it. It's like, why am I so grumbly? Am I am I just a am I becoming a grumpy old man? Get off my lawn. Get you kids get out of here. Am I that guy on the corner, right? You know, it's like, yes, all food is received with thanksgiving. You're right, Michael. You're right, Michael. And it's good to remember that, because there are people on Earth that don't have a lot and don't have enough, to be honest. And um, grateful for the sustenance. You're right. Because like even having like a world awareness that like there's people that don't have enough in this world, and that's sad. I mean, it really is. Like, because I mean, you could take all the money out of the world and all the food is still here. It's like it's really just a matter of getting enough to people. Because like, okay, a human being is like an animal, right? Like, we're not gonna go hungry. We're gonna go to where the food is and get it. But people struggle because these countries don't let their citizens leave to where there is food, and it's like prison. I mean, if people were free to go wherever they want, they would go to where there was more food and then eat food. Food grows for free, you know? It's just when people are forced to stay on a certain in a certain area and there's no food there, then people starve. And that's just people not wanting to share. And that's what I don't get. Why are people so like you know like admired for having so much money or whatever, you know? Like why is that such a good thing? Like to me it's like wow, why are you bragging about that? Like if you have billions of dollars, you could be helping people. Like there's like, people that need surgery and like, people having health problems and all that stuff, right? Like that you could be helping with. You don't have to have like 1 billion is the same as 300 billion. You're not going to spend it. It's crazy to me. I don't know. I'm all good. The one meal I eat is usually very large because I have a big family. Oh, okay, all right. See, I used to enjoy that. Now, as dysfunctional as my family was, we all sat and ate together. Every like not lunch and breakfast, but dinner. We we all sat down and we in the same seats every dinner, and we ate together. And you've been eating a lot of eggs lately. See, you know what? Whenever I'm like, um, I would say during my best diets where I'm eating like the best, I eat a lot of eggs. I seem to be eating a lot of eggs. So I know that there's probably like it's a good renewable protein probably, but I'm not a dietitian or anything like that. I don't know anything about that. But eggs are probably really good for you. We could all be wealthy if we didn't have to eat. Oh yeah, yeah. I know it. Yeah, well, see, eggs are good because, like, let's say there's the person in your family that does all the cooking, right? Well, if that person's not there, you can kind of egg your way through it. You know what I mean? Like if mom's on vacation for 7 days or whatever, you can kind of like get through it with some eggs. Okay, I'll have omelets for. Why can't you see Alex? That will never. I don't understand that at all. And Alex has a wrench too, so he should be able to see you. Can you see her, Alex? I gotta figure this out, man. There's always something like with these. Either people can't see each other, or wrenches get people lose their wrench, and I can't see who has one and who doesn't. So I can't fix it until I see it. People people probably people probably anyway. Oh yeah, so you can see them, but can you see her, or is it just her not seeing? Oh, you see her. So then it's just I don't know, man. What is going on here? It's a mystery. It is a mystery. That's what that word is. And yeah, I don't know where Deb is. She should really be here. I thought she didn't say she was not going to be here. But I fell asleep for like an hour and then woke up and I had so many messages, man. And I'm like, so I mean, some of them are like, you know, I don't know, trolls putting my number everywhere, and I end up with all these weird ads for things, right? People, companies texting me or whatever, or however you get trolled. I don't know, but so some of them are that. But I wake up, there's so many messages. I'm like, oh man, I feel horrible. Like I need to get to these. And so you don't have anyone blocked, Alex. So if she can't see you, oh, I know what it is. So you have to go to her page, go in the top right corner and click unblock. There's like three dots in the corner on the right hand corner top, and then you click that, and then it'll show you unblock user on there. And you can't like or what? You can't like or hurt. What does hurt mean? Hurt your comments? I don't know what that means right there. Oh, heart, heart, heart. Yeah, that's weird, man. Yeah, Michael got blocked one time, like where um like they just blocked him from the show completely. And I mean, if anybody's blocked like that, like please let me know. Like email me and I'll fix it. Because I don't think I have anybody blocked right now, but there is one person I would block automatic. It would not take long for that person to get blocked. It'd just be automatic. But that, I mean, that was relentless troll. Relentless troll. And then there's like some trolls that like they're so good at making sock accounts that you can't block them anyway. It's you're only buying into it when you start blocking. You might as well just let them troll you. You know, there's some people you make it worse by trying to block them. So there's a super wrench hiding somewhere blocking people. Okay, all right. I don't know how that all works. I don't know how all that works, but I know that if someone did do that, I would know. I could find out who did it. So it wouldn't take long for me to see what's up. You know, I mean, if that was something I was looking for, and then like if someone deletes all the comments, I could get them those comments back in a second. It would take them all night to to delete all the comments, and I would have it back in a second. Because everything goes to YouTube Studio, right? I have a copy of every comment that comes in. I see everything, and I don't even really watch the shows or read the comments or anything. I mean, once in a while, if someone asks me to, I will, but all that's for you guys anyway. Do what you want, you know. If I can't, I know, Rob. I mean, can you imagine that, man? Like, uh, so you go to work all day, right? And then you come home, and then you log on the computer, and you go somewhere that you hate to watch something that you don't like, to tell people that you don't like them. I mean, what a life, man. Who has the time for that? What do you get out of that? Because, like, let's say that you enjoy making birdhouses. Well, go watch a show about birdhouses and enjoy your day. Like, why come to Good Servant and tell me that you don't like me because you don't like it that the Earth's not a sphere or something like that? Like why should it matter what I think about anything? Don't let me into your life, you know? Like, I don't know. I've had people tell me straight up to kill myself, man, over flat Earth, man. I mean, what's going on, man? It's like, okay, well, it is what it is, man. Why do you troll people who make dog houses? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Don't go to the doghouse channel if you like birdhouses, right? Don't be like, oh, I hate your dog houses. Birds can't live in them, you know, or whatever, you know. They go to the birdhouse channel and enjoy your birdhouses. Yes, that would be. Isn't that amazing? You know, if you don't like football, then go watch baseball. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I support gracious trolling. Yeah, if it's funny, like there's been people that have trolled me where it's like, okay, well, that's funny, that's clever. You know what I mean? Like, you know, some things don't bother me. Well, nothing really bothers me. Um, I mean, people attacking other people bothers me, or something happening unfair. But like usually, I don't have anyone have a direct. I don't have anyone that has direct problems with me to work on. That's what I want. Is what am I doing wrong so I can fix it. I can't fix someone else. I support. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Birds, birds can't live in them, so I don't like dog houses. But I love dogs, though. I do love dogs. You guys love dogs? I think dogs are good. I like cats a little bit too, but like they're not. It's hard to interact with a cat. You can't like. They don't want to do nothing. I don't know, but keep your gaze on Jesus and not get dragged down by trolls. Yeah, exactly. Like it's really not even the trolls, right? Like that part I could live with. It's like the infighting, right? Getting it from your own team, and you're just like, I just want to be friends. Like that's what I want for me. I don't want where people are mad at me. I don't like that. But I know that, that's not the world we live in anymore. I mean, sometimes I've seen people like be mad at someone I've had on panel that wasn't good, and then I've seen people double hate someone that was good. And you're like, wow, it's even more hate when they are good, and still hate when they're not good. And it's like, well, what can you do? Cats are mean. That's what she said. She said cats are mean, but I got them for my dog. Yeah, it's weird because it's like because they aren't really good pets, you do more for them because you want them to interact with you, and so you try harder. They know what they're doing. It's some kind of hard to get thing or whatever that these pets know how to do. You're like, come here, kitty, get up on the couch, get over here and get up on the couch. And it's like they never do. But a dog, you're just like, hey, buddy, and he's already up on the couch. I don't know, man. Dog is man's best friend. I see. I believe that. That's something from the mainstream I buy. I believe that. I believe a dog will always be there for you. And cool little animals, man. I don't know about now they got dogs because I'm in California, right? They got dogs. There's these. Uh, I don't know if you guys ever seen this. They got these women with the dogs in their purse, and there's like all these women with all these dogs in their purse. Men too. I mean, it's a crazy place out here. But then be a little dog in the purse, and they're trying to get their wallet, and they have to go past the dog. It's so crazy, man. And there's all these little tiny dogs that are like the size of like like a probably two hamsters. I don't know how to explain it. You have to know what I'm talking about. uh I wonder if they take them to school or whatever, like if you're in high school, take your little dog to school. But they take them everywhere, shopping, eat lunch, everywhere. It's a dog in your purse. It's crazy to me. It'll never be not funny. Some things like will never lose their funny value. When you see them, you're like, what? Every time I see that, it's gonna be funny. But anyway, guys, it is time to hit the old dusty trail. Paris Hilton had a dog in her purse. Yes, yes, yes. Like that. But now there's even smaller dogs. Like that would be a big dog now. Now, yeah, she was one of the first original ones to have a little dog in her purse. Man, you went old school with that one. Yeah. False teacher's video on a guy that said we could live forever eating some magical fruit. What? A brother exposes cameras and false teachers and had a video on a guy that said we could live forever eating some magical fruit. What? That's like finding the Garden of Eden or something like that, the Tree of Life. Uh, and said services. Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, a hairless small dog. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're just horrible looking. You know what I mean? Like it's like Ren and Stimpy, man. Remember Ren and Stimpy? Oh, that was the worst, man. I mean, it was a good little cartoon, but just the imagery of it is net was gross, you know. And it was a dog and a cat, and they were best friends. It's like I reject the premise of this whole show. Anyway, guys. Oh, I can't wait till we get to see Jesus. I can't wait. Hello, Debbie. Welcome. I've never seen you before. Welcome to the stream. We're just about to round out. I feel bad now. They had a cat that played. What? You had a cat that played dead? Well, you know who has a cat that is interesting is Michigander. His cat listens to him like it's a dog, you know? Like he says, "Get over here," and it actually listens to him. Like it like the cat acts like a dog. Like exactly. And so I don't know how you get a cat to do all that, right? Oh, well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Well, we're live twice a day, so you know we're together a lot. And so I think what tomorrow will be we'll do 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. tomorrow, California time, West Coast time. Alrighty, guys. Well, it is time to go. Praise Jesus for his sacrifice and his grace. All glory to God because he deserves it. And please pray for the children. Please pray for um, anyone being victimized out there. Pray for each other. It's important. And um, I will see you guys, Lord willing, tomorrow at 7 a.m.